Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet again another public live stream. Thank you for joining. Let me just bring up the live stream on my phone just so I can see everyone's comments. But yes, hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you for joining. We will get kicked off in just a sec for the weekly installment of crypto news. What's happening, what's going on, what should be happening. Is the Bitcoin bull coming back or is it over forever? That's the question on everyone's mind. Let me just see if we get a sound check. Let me turn the music up actually because I believe the music is a little bit low. Give me a sec. Let me know if that gets any better. But yes, so thank you very much for joining. My name is Donald. I am part of the CG team here. You all know me by now. But for anyone who is new here, first of all, welcome. We've been doing this for quite a long time now, for about 2 years, give or take a few months. But yeah, thanks for joining. If you are new, of course, subscribe, because that's what YouTubers need to say. So subscribe to the channel, like this video as well. And yeah, thanks everyone for doing so. Cool, I've just got the message to say all good. So we're ready to go. Now, yes, so it's been an exciting week. Well, actually, let's make it an exciting 2 weeks, because for anyone that tunes in every single Wednesday, you'll notice that we weren't here last week. So first of all, I apologise for no video on Wednesday. However, as some of you may have seen from our Instagram, we were with a special guest. So special guest being this man right here. Everyone knows him by now if you do follow us or if you're into crypto. This is Mitch Ray. So Mitch Ray and his friend was over from the States to visit us at Crypto Glasgow and to have a little bit of a tour around Glasgow and around Edinburgh. So again, apologies for last week for missing the live. However, hopefully you forgive me. We were showing everyone's friend Mitch Ray round the country, because we ended up visiting Glasgow, Edinburgh, Loch Lomond. All in the space of about 3 days. So yeah, exciting for us. It was good to see Mitch in person. We've obviously known Mitch for it's coming up about 2 years now, I think, or almost a year and a half. But it's been a social online friendship. So it's nice to finally meet Mitch in person and yeah, just chat things crypto. But let's see. So he's saying there's a mega echo, someone's saying. Let me know, is everyone okay with the sound? I think we're good now. Sorry. So I do have the live chat down to my left, probably your right hand side. So if you do see me pointing down this way, it's just because I'm trying to see what's going on in the chat. But yes, so we'll get cracked on then. So we will cover off what I'm looking to cover off this week, and you'll see from the title there is the Bitcoin bull run back. And in the US dollar, the DXY has been pumping. So I'm going to cover that first, then we'll get into some Elon Musk news, and then we will just cover off a few news articles that I found quite interesting, and then of course some Twitter articles that again I find interesting. So buckle up, sit down, get a cup of tea, chill, and tune in and enjoy. So, first things first then, so if there's anything you do ever need us for, obviously you can check us out on Instagram, but also check out our website. It's probably the main place to get any other kind of information that you may need, or products and services, Discord, consultancies, whatever it may be, so check that out. Okay, so how we always start then? We always start with, first of all, refreshing the page to make sure we've got the most accurate up-to-date prices, and then we will cover off the top 10 in market, and just kind of see where the things are going, to be honest, or where things have been going the past week, 2 weeks. That includes the market cap and Bitcoin dominance. So we'll start with the market cap. So let me just open this up. Now, on the weekly, there was a bit of an error, because for whatever reason it said that crypto went to 5.2 trillion. Quite clearly it never. It would be nice, but that kind of messes up our weekly chart. If you look at it over the monthly, it's not really done that much in terms of price action, other than come down slightly, I guess. But yeah, we always tend to kind of cover this just to show you the kind of where the markets, or where the market, is at the current live stream. So, like I said, not seen too much the past month, but we certainly have been in and around this 1.9 trillion, 2 trillion mark, and we're not really budging from there currently, or for now. Bitcoin dominance is slightly up over the 24-hour, and then if we look at it over the weekly, again, this same issue's appearing, but over the monthly, again, you're starting to see a bit of a kind of downtrend almost on the dominance chart, which is positive. I mean, it's not really doing much right now. It's not causing much of a storm in the markets, in the altcoin markets, that is. But the fact that it's coming down slightly is, of course, I guess, a mild positive. We can take as much as we can from that. Overall market then, top 10, Bitcoin's actually looking not too bad, and I will explain why I believe that is in just a sec. But for anyone that's not watching the screen, so for anyone that's listening on headphones, maybe they're watching this back at a later date, maybe they're out walking a dog, maybe they're at the gym, whatever it may be, if you're not seeing the screen, I'm going to cover off the top 10 and give a kind of brief rundown. Now, I will state first and foremost, not much has been going on the past, well, at least 24 hours, but yeah, so not that exciting for the most part. However, long term and kind of over a larger period, I guess it is quite exciting. And again, I will explain why very, very soon. So, Bitcoin then, actually up 2.27% for the day, sitting at 39,126. On that point, actually, any Premium Plus members of Discord will have caught that Bitcoin long trade last night, and would have been, well, I would assume you'd be very happy with the outcome of that, because yeah, we long Bitcoin at around 37,800 there or thereabouts, and of course overnight hit the 39,000 mark. So congratulations to any Premium Plus Discord members who caught that trade. Next then is Ethereum, up not even 1% for the day, sitting at 2,874. BNB, again, not even up a percentage, or even half a percentage, sitting at $390. Solana, up 1.52% for the day, sitting at $98.39. XRP, not performing much against, I guess the top 10, sitting at down 0.5%, and it's at 64 cents. Terra Luna, up 0.5%, sitting at $89. Cardano, up 0.65%, sitting at $83. And then finally Polkadot, sitting at 0.3%, coming in at $16.98. Now, it almost does feel pointless going over those, I get it. There's not much going on. I understand that it can be quite boring in times like this. We get it. We've been involved in this long enough, and most of you will be involved in this long enough to know that it gets boring. It gets like this. However, these are the kind of, I guess, the ruts you have to get through to actually enjoy it. Now, I put a post in Discord a couple of days ago basically saying that, just to say that, look, we get it, we understand that it's not as exciting as most people want it to be, but these are the longer time periods that are kind of, I guess, they kind of make or break you to an extent. So the way I'd put it was, when it comes to parabolic movements and things breaking out and everyone getting excited and Luna or XRP or Solana like doing 100% gains, whatever, that's a very, very condensed time period. So it happens over the course of a week maximum, sometimes a little bit longer, but it happens over a very, very condensed period. Now, that very condensed period is when you hear everyone talking about crypto and everyone's getting involved and everyone's FOMOing into it. But they fail to realise that they could have actually made a better kind of profit, or potentially made more money, if they actually get in at levels like today, and even lower than today. If things come lower, then great, we welcome them. It's not an issue. But if things do come lower, it should be something that plays in a lot of people's minds that, right, great, I get that when it goes parabolic, I only get a few weeks max, but for the months that it's going down / sideways, those are the times I should be actually interested. It's such a strange place to be, crypto. And again, anyone that's been in this for a long time will understand what I'm saying when I say it's a very strange place. People get positive, obviously, I guess, when prices are very, very high, and people want to FOMO in when prices are very, very high because they think they're going to continue to go up, when in fact they come down. And most people get wrecked. Some people will make some money and take some profits, but most will get wrecked. The issue there is, if they were to listen and understand that getting in when it is nasty, getting in when no one's talking about it, get it in when the prices are just red for days, is actually when you make money. Now we do have a video coming out to YouTube over the coming days, potentially early next week, that is essentially top 5 ways to stay poor in crypto. The reason we're making that video is because I guess it's a bit of a kind of reverse psychology thing where you need to watch that video to make sure that you don't do what we're saying, if that makes sense. So stay tuned for that. It's a long enough video for you to sit down and take notes on as well, because people underestimate, well, not so much underestimate, but people hear people getting rich and, oh, it's so easy to get rich in crypto, but they don't actually understand that it's like not a small percentage, but a very low percentage of people actually get rich in crypto. Because getting rich in crypto on paper is easy, anyone can do it, but getting rich in crypto with withdrawn profits, like realized profits, is a different story. So that video kind of aims to tell you that, essentially. So like I said, stay tuned for that. We'll make an announcement on our Instagram and on our Twitter when that video's coming out. But yeah, just make sure you stay tuned and you're subscribed to this channel, because there's plenty more videos to come in the next few weeks, months, years on all things crypto. So stay tuned, you enjoy it. Okay, cool. So that's the kind of the price point then. What I'm going to move into now is just showing you a few charts. Now, on a Wednesday night stream like tonight, we don't talk too much about prices and where I'm thinking it's going to go. Essentially, we don't do too much analysing of charts. However, tonight I want to just show you 2 simple charts and give a bit of a kind of backstory and my kind of opinion, I guess, on what I see in the charts. So, first one being the DXY, the US dollar index. Now, this is essentially, well, the value of the dollar to make it nice and easy. You have probably heard of this many times over. We've spoke about it for years on the page and on YouTube. So yes, so I've highlighted here, I've just put a kind of straight line across to show you that, to represent the real reason why I'm showing you this. So as you'll see, I've also put C19, put a big yellow arrow. This big yellow arrow represents C19. We all know what that is. And that's when the US dollar, buyers of the US dollar were at their most scared. So they're rushing to the dollar, essentially. So the dollar goes up in value, it pumps up, and so on and so forth. So that was the highest point we'd seen in quite some time until now. So again, if you just look over to this section right here, you'll notice that we've peaked just above where we'd seen in the C19 scare / fall / bull market for crypto, essentially. So a few analysts online, and I think I need to double check, but I think I might have opened the tweet that I wanted. If I have, great. If I haven't, unfortunate. But a lot of people are kind of comparing what's happening now. So bearing in mind, right? So bearing in mind that we are 2 years post-pandemic, 2 years post this. The world hasn't been in a worse place in a long time. Yet the DXY or US dollar is absolutely shredding upwards. It makes absolutely no sense to most people. However, most things US dollar related don't make sense to most people because it's a bit of a it's a bit fugazi. It's a bit made up, and they kind of pump it when they want to pump it, as we've seen the past 2 years. Anyway, the thing I wanted to draw your attention to was what people have been saying online, where, well, if we've seen the US dollar at an all-time high, technically, back in March of 2020, what happened then? So what happened then was, I've got this in the 4 hour late, that's not very helpful. If I just go back, no, I'm going to go into weekly. I can even go into daily. So essentially what happened when, where are we, March 20 here. March, it's actually right there. Let me zoom in. Sorry, I thought I'd had this on the daily before, but it was obviously not. I can get rid of that. Right, so where were we? 2020 March. Yeah, there we go. So we see the kind of downtrend here in the market, right? So we see the sideways action going for quite some time, right? We get that bear market, boring, nothing really happening, waiting for something to kind of kick off. Now we get this point right here, which I know it's not very zoomed in, but in March, so again, let me just show you the DXY for representative. So here, DXY, March 20, at not an all-time high, but pretty much an all-time high, or at least for a few years. So we see that here. Then we see this massive pullback or crash in structure, if you want to call it that. What happens in crypto? Boom. This is what happens in crypto. Boom, 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 boom. This is exactly what happens. So again, there's a kind of common theme here, I guess, where when DXY is rallying, Bitcoin and crypto don't tend to perform too well. But in the opposite, when the DXY isn't doing so well, like I've just shown from here, then crypto tends to do quite remarkably well. So coming from here all the way up to the all-time highs as we know it. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Is it coincidence, or is it now time for the DXY to again fold and melt? It's not been really these levels. Each time it kind of gets to these levels, look, you'll see this was back in 2016. You'll see, I'm pretty sure this is when Trump was 2016. Yeah, I think that's when Trump was in or going into office. So again here, DXY an all-time high, fall, crash. Again, all the way up, fall, crash, all the way up. Will it break through? Will it hold that level? I mean, already we've seen that it's kind of not really made it through it. We've kind of bounced back and we're kind of holding that. Now, for us, we want to see it essentially just melt. That's best case scenario. But what you might get is a little bit more upwards action before it bounces, potentially goes higher, or it might just absolutely crumble. Hopefully it does. With the state of the way the world is and the way the markets are, I don't see why it wouldn't do such a thing. But look, like I said, America is a strange place. The world is a strange place right now. Therefore, they can kind of manipulate that as much as they want. But I just thought it was interesting to show you how things have played out the past kind of few years. So that's that. Also, if you do have any questions, please drop them in the live chat below. Also, don't forget to like this video, and if you are new, I've seen there's quite a few new people joining the live stream. Please do subscribe to the channel. We do this every single week, every Wednesday we do this, and we just chat crypto basically. So exciting stuff. Okay, cool. Right, let's move on to not ideally huge crypto news, however, huge Elon Musk news, which for the past year and a half has, I guess, been an indirect part of crypto and the markets moving. So I want to speak about Twitter, because I feel it's important and everyone can relate to it. First things first, the tweet Elon Musk, or the tweet that I wanted to bring up first is, if our Twitter bid succeeds, so obviously this is from a few days ago, so we already know the news of this, where Elon Musk purchases Twitter for 44 billion. So we know that. We'll get to that in just a sec. In fact, you know what? Let me just move that to there. That'll maybe make more sense. Let's do that. Let's cover the news article first, then we'll move into the tweets, and I'll explain why I feel it's important for Twitter. Because crypto Twitter, as it's known, has a big place on Twitter. A lot of news and a lot of information comes from crypto Twitter. So again, it'll make more sense in just a sec. So Elon Musk purchases Twitter for 44 billion. The social media company will transition to a private company. So everyone should know this by now. The news came out a couple of days ago, so April 25th, that he has officially acquired the social media platform. I don't believe it will complete until next year though, but anyway, nonetheless, things have kick-started and things are getting exciting. So Tesla's Elon Musk officially acquired Twitter on April 25th of this year in a transaction valued at $44 billion. The deal came 21 days after Musk took a 9.2% stake in Twitter on April 4th. So you remember, again, this was about a month ago, maybe longer than that, We spoke first of all about Elon Musk chatting about social media platforms and what they want to see and whatnot. A week later after that, the news then broke that he became the largest shareholder in Twitter, and now a few weeks later, he has bought Twitter. So things move fast in the world of a billionaire. Now, I won't go too much into this, but essentially there's a 38% premium on Twitter's closing stock price, which means that essentially he's managed to, I guess, pump the price, much like he did with Dogecoin. But yeah, so very exciting to see Elon Musk make these moves. Now, the Twitter board conducted a thoughtful and comprehensive process to assess Elon's proposal with a deliberate focus on value, certainty, and financing. The proposed transaction will deliver a substantial cash premium. Yes, very much so. And we believe it is the best path forward for Twitter stockholders. Of course you do. 44 billion. So just to quote Mr. Musk himself, so where are we? Yeah, so free speech, you would have seen most of these tweets anyway, but to quote, free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where it matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. Now, in fact, let me read the second part first. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source. I want to kind of cover this part. Making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential, and I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Now, why do I care so much about someone buying Twitter? Well, one of the main ones, I guess, really is spam bots. And that was actually leading into this tweet. Again, predating the bid being successful. If our Twitter bid succeeds, we will defeat the spam bots or die trying, and then authenticate all real humans as well. So the reason why I feel that's so important is because as a crypto, I guess, influencer or a social media influencer, it does get quite frustrating when you're posting on social media platforms like Twitter, like Instagram, and Facebook especially. When you post a post, you try and engage with the audience, and most of you will have seen this because most of you comment back and you'll messages and stuff about the bots. But we'll put a post out asking a question in that post. The comment section then gets spammed by bots, and we can't really have that interaction with the audience, i.e. with you, because there's just no going back and forward. Sometimes we're posting images and there's 110 comments before a minute essentially, and that's Instagram. It is quite a poor app, unfortunately, quite a poor social platform. Same goes for Facebook, owned by the same company obviously. So yeah, spam bots are getting out of control, and they are just as bad on Twitter. We obviously focus a lot of our attention on the Instagram page, but more and more as we've been posting more on Twitter, pardon me, we have been noticing them as well, and you've all seen them. So that to me is a particular big deal because it also helps, the other part of what he said was authenticate all humans, which again goes with the kind of spam bots. The spam bots are all these fake profiles. We've all seen them. That you get hundreds, thousands at a time, and it kind of helps spammers and scammers become what they are. So trust me, if Instagram, in fact, you all remember Instagram just about a year ago was great. It was everyone's kind of favourite app, especially in the crypto space, because you could show images and especially for us anyway, because we could do our IGTVs, we can share story posts, we can do polls. It's got a lot of creativity behind it. So that's why we kind of preferred Instagram. But nowadays, we're starting to see more of a benefit of being on YouTube and on Twitter because of, the spam bots on YouTube as well. But there's no way of really getting away from them. However, the main kind of point I'm trying to make here is that's something that I'm quite excited for in terms of Twitter. So we will be pushing our Twitter a lot more than normal. So do go follow us on Twitter if you don't follow us already. You'll get the links from our website or for our Instagram, or just search Crypto Glasgow on Twitter and you'll find us. But yeah, so we'll be pushing a lot more content on there. But yeah, it's going to get better and better and better, and I feel like most people will just switch to Twitter from other platforms because Elon Musk is a proven quality kind of controller, if you like, and he has the money and the resources to do it, much like he did with other companies. In fact, I actually have a graphic I want to show you that Pomp had posted. This here, look, so these are the companies that Elon Musk owns or has owned in the past. So Tesla, it's got a $1 trillion valuation. SpaceX, $100 billion plus dollar valuation. PayPal, so that's where, obviously for anyone that doesn't know that, that's where Elon Musk kind of started out with PayPal. Again, valuations over 100 billion. The Boring Company, 5.6 billion in valuation. Solar City, 2.6 billion in valuation. And then Neuralink, 1 billion in valuation. So he's got the track record, he's got the evidence to show that he can kind of make things work for whatever it may be, because these are all very different companies. It's not like there's a trend of it's all electric cars. Everyone knows him for Tesla, but he's not making electric space rockets. Like payments, I guess he's already kind of done that, but the Boring Company's not just all electric stuff. Solar City, I guess, is electric, but in Neuralink, do you know what I mean? So they're all very different, but the main kind of common denominator beside all their the valuations, and the main person behind it all, obviously he's got a huge team, right? We get that, a massive team, but he is the main driving force behind most of these projects and companies and names. So it just goes to show you now. Let's add Twitter into the mix here. It's already, I mean, he's bought it for 44 billion. So let's just see what its valuation's going to be when he actually takes over. 100 million plus, I would imagine, just to add it to his sheet. So yeah, spam bots are a big deal. There's a lot of big deals that will come to Twitter. A lot of free speech, a lot of changes, and a lot of people don't like the fact that he's taken over Twitter. But in fact, again, that leads me on to this funny post. There we go. Which is a better use of Elon Musk's $43 billion, to end world hunger or to buy Twitter? It was an absolute landslide to buy Twitter. So again, as Pomp's quoted here, the internet is undefeated. So it's Twitter's such a big deal, and he's actually already offered to do this. I think it was like 5 billion, but no one could prove that the money would get used to end world hunger. So I don't know what's going on with that actually, but it's not like he hasn't suggested this before, but obviously people are more invested and more engrossed in social media these days, and Twitter's at the kind of forefront. So that's kind of all I wanted to say on it for now. There's a lot of things coming out, but again, we'll just have to wait until things really get going. But like I said, we will be pumping a lot more stuff out on Twitter. We already do pump it quite a bit, but there will be a lot more getting pumped out on Twitter. So make sure that you make sure you follow us on Twitter, and turn on post notifications to make sure that you don't miss us on any posts. So let's just see what's going on in the comments then. So Mark, I'll have to catch tonight's video later this evening, gents. No problem at all, mate. Just that's the benefit of this live. They are posted to our YouTube channel, so you can watch these lives back whenever you want, whether it's a week later. Obviously, some of this information is time sensitive. However, if you do want to watch it maybe the next morning or later on, yeah, you'll find everything that we post from our live streams on a Wednesday added to our YouTube channel. So exciting stuff then. What do you think? What's your kind of thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is Elon Musk buying Twitter a good thing, a bad thing? Do you really care? Do you use Twitter that often? And also, maybe I'll get a poll put up at some point, but do you think that it will make you want to use Twitter more, knowing that it's a privately owned company by Elon Musk, and this is the kind of thing that he can do to companies? Does that mean that you might, first of all, sign up for a Twitter account if you don't have one? But secondly, would you actively want to use Twitter more often because you know it's not run by these big corporations like Meta, so Facebook, Instagram, whatever? To me, it actually is more appealing now that Elon Musk, maybe I'm just an Elon Musk fanboy, but the way I look at it is it's a privately owned company. Well, it will be when it changes. The changes that need done will get done. And all he'll do is he'll just put out, like he done with most companies, right, look, I need the best of the best of the best. Who wants to work for me? And he will have hundreds, if not thousands, of people queuing up outside the Twitter offices looking for a job because everyone wants to work for Elon Musk. So, yeah, I think it's great. And like I said, I know it's not direct crypto news as of yet because you never know. Elon Musk has a very strong interest in crypto, so there could be some crypto things coming in the future for Twitter or further because they already have the Bitcoin Lightning Network. But yeah, I just wanted to cover it because we all use social media every single day. Crypto Twitter is a very popular place to get information. However, the bots kind of kill it off a little bit and fake accounts. So that's why I think it's quite exciting. Okay, so Andrew's commented here, is it possible to get a one-to-one consultation with ASIM? We'd love to start following trade indicators, but I'm too scared to start. 100%. Normally it's myself that does the consultations for the whole business. However, if you do want to book a consultation and you do want to have a primary focus on the trading side of things or charts, then yes, it can be arranged. No problem at all. We're here to kind of help out in any way, shape or form. My one-to-one consultations tend to be more about portfolio management, general questions regarding crypto, whether you're new or old to this space. So yeah, if you want to just speak general crypto terms, things that you could do with your portfolio, is it the right time to get in and out? Basically anything you want to know about crypto, then that's what the consultations are for. However, if you do want a specific topic on trading, then yes, that can be arranged. Just Andrew, if you drop us an email, then we can sort that out, or even make it even easier. If you go onto the website, purchase a consultation, then send us the email to say, look, I've done it, then I will pass it on to ASIM and we'll get the call arranged for you. So yeah, for anyone that does or doesn't know, we are a consultancy. That's where we kind of started. So we do offer one-to-one phone calls over the phone. We can do Zoom as well, but normally it's over the phone. And if you do need anything, please just jump on our website, click into the one-to-one consultancy section, and then you can book your consultation here. Okay, so moving on then. A couple bit of news articles which some of you will already know about. I feel it's quite important to cover this off. Now, it is based on America, which most of our information is based on. However, I want to cover it off just quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I feel it's quite important for the crypto space in terms of adoption and how things will go in the future. One thing I do strongly believe as well is that the UK tend to follow the US quite often with the financial sector. So again, I feel like this American story will be of interest. So, headline being, Fidelity's new 401k product lets workers add up to 20% in Bitcoin to their retirement plans. Now, the multinational financial services corporation based in Boston, Fidelity Investments, has revealed the firm is allowing people to add Bitcoin into their 401k plan. So for anyone who doesn't know what this 401k plan is, it's essentially a retirement fund, investment fund in America that most people will pay into every single month, and their employer will pay into it too. So yeah, it's like a retirement fund that we have in the UK. So I was scrolling into the kind of part that I wanted to cover. So Fidelity, the largest 401k plan provider in the United States, is now allowing people to add Bitcoin to their retirement accounts. So that's bullish and amazing to see. According to a report from the New York Times, Fidelity's head of workspace retiring offerings, Dave Gray, explained that the company was noticing demand for adding digital assets to the firm's 401k plans. So, a few things here. They are, first of all, the largest 401k plan provider in the US. So that's already absolutely monumental because they are the largest. And we all know how big America is. Secondly, they're seeing here that the company is noticing demand for adding digital assets. So I guess they're being forced to do this because of the way Bitcoin and cryptos went the past 2 years. They're physically being forced to add a selection of products that they can add to the 401k retirement fund, because no one wants to invest in bonds getting them a few percent. No one wants to invest in like boring savings accounts. People want to invest in things like a new emerging asset like Bitcoin, where they know that it actually goes up in value over the long-term period rather than going down over the long-term period. So it's inevitable, it makes sense. I strongly believe that the UK will follow something very, very similar in the years to come. However, like I said, the UK kind of follows the US at some point with most things. To quote here the same guy, so Dave Gray, "We started to hear a growing interest from planned sponsors organically as to how could Bitcoin or could digital assets be offered in a retirement plan. The financial services company also noted that the digital assets accounts will be broadly available by the second half of 2022. So that's pretty soon. I mean, it's what month are we in now? We're almost in May, so end of April, almost in May. So that's quite a quick turnaround, you would think. However, I strongly believe that this is not just the first speaking or the first note of this exact plan. This has been a plan for the long term, but they're now just implementing it because they're getting ready to roll it out. So it goes back to the whole thing where banks are involved in crypto, most big companies are involved in crypto, but they won't say anything until the timing is right for them or when it suits them, or even until they've accumulated enough. Then they'll be like, oh yeah, we've been buying Bitcoin in the background, like JP Morgan famously was doing. JP Morgan's what's his name? Jamie Dimon, is that his name? Correct me if I'm wrong. He was essentially telling everyone at JP Morgan that Bitcoin's a scam, don't touch it. If you hold Bitcoin, you'll be sacked. It's the worst thing ever, blah, 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 blah. However, it came out that actually when he was saying all that, he was buying Bitcoin in bulk. So essentially he was suppressing the price, keeping the price low, whilst he filled his bags, and then made it, I guess, an announcement to say that he held Bitcoin, obviously when the price was high. So I feel like most companies have done this already, and they're just waiting for the time to then announce that they have held and that they are holding on to some crypto, especially Bitcoin, because that's what most people will hold. Next one then, very similar type of kind of vibe in terms of large asset companies. So Grayscale. Grayscale targets European financial hub for crypto expansion. Now, let me just get into it here. Grayscale Investments, we spoke about Grayscale many times in the past, but they are the world's largest investment vehicle for crypto. They're sourcing Europe's top financial hubs to launch expansion beyond its North American base. So as an American-based company currently, however, again, due to mass demand, the fund manager, Grayscale, are looking to move into Europe. Now, they have around $36 billion worth of assets that are invested in funds tracking digital tokens, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's many altcoins included in that as well. But they are holding series of meetings with possible partners, including Michael Sonishin, chief executive. Sorry, according to, should I say. So he told the Financial Times that the company was excited by the potential to bring what we've learned in the US markets to places like Europe. So I guess what he's learned in the US markets is that the US markets are a joke, to say the least. However, the main thing I'm trying to get at here is we don't have anything really like this in the UK, and a lot of people will, when opened up or when available to them, will jump at the chance to have a company like Grayscale do their business for them and invest in assets for them. Now, people like me and you, we don't really care too much about that because we can invest via the Swissborg app or whatever it may be, but people who have multi-millions and who have big companies and whatnot, they want to get into it. Maybe, I wouldn't say more secure, because everyone knows how secure crypto can be, but these people they're used to the stock market, they're not really used to crypto, so it's new to them, but they've heard about it, so they want to get involved, but they'd rather kind of someone takes the kind of job on themselves And that's where companies like Grayscale come into play, because they will invest into these crypto assets for the big companies. But for us, it's just get a Swissborg account, send some money over and invest in assets. That's the easiest way for retail investors like people watching this and ourselves to get invested. So as much as this might not be a direct hit for yourself, it's a massive hit for the Bitcoin and crypto space in general. So exciting to see. Reese has asked in the comments, Don, could we please, let me try again. Don, could we get please a post in Discord with an updated list of all your price targets for alt season, i.e. cake, metas, Pluton. Okay, so we actually, yes and no. No, primarily because we came out about 6 months ago and says we've put our price targets out. We're trying to focus more on what actual projects to invest in. We're trying to kind of flip it on its head, because things last year got out of hand where people were only investing in crypto because, it's going to go to $1, it's going to go to $10, whatever it may be. But they weren't actually getting the underlying reason that you need to learn and understand crypto before the prices will moon and whatever it may be. Essentially what we tried to then flip it to was the focus back on education. So yes, if you look in the coin breakdown sections and projects we hold, there is prices of targets that we would expect things to get to. They haven't changed. That's one thing I would say. So the prices haven't changed. So even if you were to go back and find them and look over them, you will see. But we have kind of got away from that. The reason being is it's quite how do I want to word this? But it's not quite, it never sat right with us. I guess we were doing it to appease the audience at the time. But when we go back to our roots and what we stand for in crypto, we're in this to learn and understand. Obviously, the money is great. The money that can be made in crypto is great. But those prices will come. The bigger focus that most people's mind should be on is not prices. Don't worry about prices. Prices will come. And crypto proves that. Crypto works itself. The prices will moon, and it's great. It's phenomenal. But the thing that we need everyone to focus on is that. And for anyone that's not looking at the screen, I'm tapping my head. So what I mean by that is forget about the prices. Forget about them. Focus on what matters most, and that's your emotions and your understanding of what the hell this space is. Now, I'm not picking you out in particular, Reese. I'm glad that you've actually raised that. The point I'm trying to make here is focus on, first of all, understanding how to get out of crypto when prices are high. Because people will see the prices go up and not have a clue how to take profits, or should I take profits now, or should I wait a little bit longer, or should I not, or it's just a very confusing time. So one thing I would say for everyone that's listening is try and forget about prices, because prices change by the minute, by the second in crypto. We've seen how fast they go up and how fast they go down. If you're solely focused on that price, then I don't know how you get through your day, because it's just too much. It's just too noisy for any human, I would say, to not react emotionally. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is forget about prices, focus on what matters most, and that's your mindset, your education, your plans, and the prices will come. The prices speak for themselves. Everything that was spoke about in Discord over the past year or so, when we did talk about price targets, they still stand. Some things have met those price targets and we've taken profits, as we've all mentioned, like Syscoin, for example. We set targets years ago for that, posted it in Discord, took profits, told you we took profits. So when the time comes, we will tell, look, by the way, we're taking money out of VeChain, or we're taking money out of Zilliqa, or whatever it may be. Or whatever it may be at that point. But price targets, forget about them. We will, on a Monday night stream, we'll speak a little bit where the price could go in the short to mid-term. But a lot of these projects, we are solely invested in these projects over a longer period because we believe in the space of crypto. Getting rich in crypto is great. Making money from crypto is great. But you can't control the prices. That's one thing as well. You can't control how high they'll go. You can control your emotions though. So focus a lot more on what you can control, being your education, being your mindset, and being your emotions. Sorry to kind of go off on a bit of a rant there. Again, it wasn't targeted directly at you, Reese. I just, I'm actually really glad you asked that question. We did mention this, like I said, about 6 months ago, but I feel like everyone needs to know that. And it's true. It's very, very true. And that's why you see us on Instagram not getting emotional when prices dump, because it doesn't really bother us too much. We're still holding strong enough within price targets, and not price targets. I'm told you I'm getting away from targets, and then I bring up the word targets, but price ranges. So we're still bouncing around price ranges. So we're more than happy to sit and wait because we believe in what's coming. And I think one of the questions here from AJ here is, to lead off of that, do you guys still firmly believe that alt season will happen? Surely this ship has sailed. No. Why? What makes you think that? I can tell you why. The reason people think that there'll be no alt season, or they think it's all over, is because, going back to kind of what I said at the start of this as well, was things are horrible and boring for such a long period, but then you get that few weeks of upwards, and it's the most exciting part, and everyone knows about crypto, everyone's buying it, everyone's selling it, crypto. That's the wrong time to be involved in crypto. Well, the wrong time to be involved in crypto, but also the best time to be involved in crypto if you bought like now. So again, reason for that is it's a test. It's all a test. Prices will not just go up because you want them to go up. Prices won't go down because you want them to go down. You can't control the price, therefore don't focus too much on the price, as I've just mentioned. Focus on what you believe will happen, and what we believe to happen as well is it's not over yet. Like, it's not over yet, or else we wouldn't be here showing up every week. Positive vibes. We wouldn't be putting positive vibes on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it may be. We are one of the realest, if not the realest, crypto influencers, if you can call us that. Don't really like that term, but essentially that's what we are. But we are the realest. We didn't change our values when things got a bit nasty last year. We stuck to the cause. Yes, prices went down. It wasn't great. A bit annoying. Your portfolio value comes down. A lot of people get emotional. A lot of people get upset. We get that. People still are emotional, still are upset. Again, it's just part of being involved in crypto. And if you can't stick through these times, then you don't deserve altcoin seasons and altcoins to pop off and altcoins to have a real rally. Again, AJ, not picking you out in particular. I'm just leading off. I'm kind of going off in tangents from these questions, so nothing's directed at you. But yeah, so like I said, if you can't sit through these times where things are low for months, down for 4 weeks in a row, and just really, really bad, then you don't deserve an altcoin season. You don't deserve to make it in crypto. You don't deserve to have the the availability to be involved in this market, because you're not cut out for it. And that goes back to my point I've just made. Emotions, education, focus on it more than focusing on the price, because the prices will come. We can't decide the prices. We can't rely on the prices sometimes, but we can rely on this, our head, our mindset, and our emotions. Now, for alt season to happen, yes, we do believe it's still going to strongly happen. So again, nothing from the past 2 years or even the past few months of our narrative, nothing has changed, and we come back every week and say that nothing has changed. We're still bullish. We still expect it to be an altcoin season. We do not expect Bitcoin to hit a new all-time high this year or for the next few years. We do not expect that. We expect Bitcoin to get up not even to 60,000, to basically start a full strong retracement. And potentially we're in that moment now, because going back to the start of this video where I says that the position we're in with the DXY, the last time the DXY was in this position was C19. So are we at that point where Bitcoin will start to make its retracement and work its way back up slowly but surely, turning around these levels here? Will it get to these levels before inevitably falling down into the prolonged bear market? Now, there's a potential, and that's the strong kind of, I guess it's all about guessing game at the end of the day, but our true kind of thoughts are this will occur. So we'll get back up to there or thereabouts, 56, 58, whatever it may be, not quite as high as 60 in my humble opinion, before things start to turn sour. And on this retracement here, and on a little bit of the kind of fall down is when you'll get the alt season that we've all been waiting for. That's just purely based on previous bull markets. That's exactly what's happened. As Bitcoin does its double top, comes back, retest, bounces back for a retracement, doesn't get as high as the all-time high, falls back in itself. In here is when we get the alt season. So yes, to answer the question, a bit of a long-winded answer, but to answer the question, yes, we do strongly believe it. And I understand why you're asking, and understand why maybe you don't believe in it so much. But that's something for upstairs that hopefully by being a Discord member you will learn. Okay, again, AJ, wasn't directed at you. Thanks very much for asking that question. I do appreciate it. Hopefully everyone appreciate my little rant there, because I do feel quite strongly about this, as you can tell, because we have had for months, if not years, people asking kind of similar questions. Okay, so random one, do you follow Blockchain Backer on YouTube? Yes, we do. We've followed him for many, many years. So yes, thank you very much for noticing that. Again, one of the realest on YouTube, and who follows the same values that we follow. And that's what it's all about. We don't watch, nowadays I don't watch many crypto YouTubers. I watch some crypto news stuff just because it's interesting, but don't really follow any kind of other YouTubers, because you're trying to find someone that's got the same values and the same beliefs as you. And if you believe in that, great, follow them. If not, move on to the next one. And that's kind of what I've done for the past few years, is like chop and change and trying to find the person that I can see truth in and I can see like real value in. So yes, most definitely. Right, moving on. So again, almost finished. I'm going to cover off a few tweets that I like to bring up from Blockworks, and then we will move on to the Fear and Greed, and then we will we'll finish up. Right, so you'll see this on your screen here. Countries with high or higher inflations are more likely to adopt crypto, and it's true. So this chart in front of you shows the current percentage rate of inflation from the past 10 years. Brazil being the highest, and in Norway being the lowest. But countries like Brazil, India, Mexico, South Africa, even Germany's catching up, but these top four are extremely, extremely high in inflation. So could they turn to Bitcoin and crypto? Who knows? Things have been, stranger things have happened the past few years. So very, very interesting to see. Again, just a chart, doesn't really mean much, but I like to just show some tweets that I've found interesting over the past coming days. Now this one, again, follows the same kind of values that we do. This here, where this is total, this is crypto total, but I quite like this. I've only just found this guy on Twitter actually, but this is kind of where we're at just now. This is posted, I think, a couple of days ago. Yeah, 26. But I like the kind of long-term vision of it. So Bitcoin is in this kind of channel just now. It will potentially break lower into a larger channel potentially. And as this guy Justin has commented here, everyone gets bearish talking about 20k Bitcoin, and that's what we'll see as things really, really get dark, really, really get red on the streets and blood in the streets. People will be like, that's it, it's over, crypto's going to 20k, as we did, a few months ago, people were saying that crypto's going to 20k. But this is when we should, hopefully, see the bounce back, and then when the sentiment changes, for all these people that are so emotional, when the sentiment changes and we get back up, this is the total market cap, back up to like 2.3, 2.4 trillion, then people will be like, brilliant, we're going to all-time highs, this is it, we're breaking out, fantastic. All the hype will jump back into crypto, and then boom, it's done, it's over, bear market. for the whole entire crypto market. So I like this guy. I've looked through a few of his tweets just before this stream to see kind of where he's at, and I like where his head's at in terms of, I mean, even just this 30k Bitcoin and potentially lower prices are coming later in this year, in my opinion, but probably not before one last relief rally. So again, much to the same thing that we have been saying, and a couple, very couple YouTubers and Twitter accounts have been saying. So most people believe that it's over, it's bear market, we're going to zero, but we don't. We strongly don't, and we haven't done. Go fact check us. Fact check. It's all on Instagram, it's all on Twitter, it's all on YouTube. So yes, please do go back and watch all of our previous content. The message stays the exact same. This one again, this was a couple of days old, April 26th. Oh no, sorry, yesterday, so a day old, and it's much to kind of what I said at the very start. This is what actually got me thinking about this chart that I was showing you. So this tweet then, oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. This tweet then is the DXY, which I showed you. The good news is the last time we hit these levels, Bitcoin hit the exact bottom in March 2020. Will it happen again? So Bitcoin hit around 3,500 in March 2020, as the DXY was at an all-time, well, not an all-time high, but a long-term high, and that's when crypto obviously shot up in value. So again, it's parabolic. It's a complete upwards trajectory since, well, almost a year now. So these things must come back down. But yeah, this was a tweet that got me thinking, hence why I showed all that at the start. That was a nothing, and then what did I open on this last one? Nothing. Oh no, it was this one. So DIY investing, again, I've not followed him for quite a while, but I used to really like his stuff in the past few years. But this tweet I liked. Oh no, the world is ending and Bitcoin is in a bear market. No, you're just scared and have more invested than you're willing to lose. Quite a cool look at the chart, and again, the DXY. So there's a lot of focus in this video on the DXY. So much to what I've commented already on, 2016, the crash, and then potentially again here, are we going to reverse? Since we've done it last time, is it third time's a charm, or is third time the breakout for the US dollar? Wouldn't it make sense for it to break out considering the state of the world, but you never know. So yeah, so 2016, you'll see, look, crash, what did crypto do? It mooned. 2020, what happened? The crash, here, crypto mooned. The next DXY crash, will we see it? Will crypto have a blow off top? It's potential. You can't say that this doesn't look like it's potentially going to happen. For anyone that's a Bitcoin bear currently, or a crypto bear and wants crypto to go to zero, get wrecked. If you are in this space and you strongly want things to go to zero or go down, get your head checked, because you should be wanting the future of the prices, or not as much the prices, but of crypto to just keep blossoming. And yeah, get wrecked, bears. So last thing I want to cover off before I finish up is the fear and greed. So I'm going to just refresh that. I'm not sure it was updated since I last looked at this page. Yeah, not much. Okay, so fear and greed then, sitting currently at extreme fear. Now, this time last month, we were at greed. So, interesting to see the difference a month can make. Even the past few weeks has been in fear and extreme fear. However, what happens when we're in extreme fear? People tend to buy because people are smart in crypto and realize that when people are fearful, you should be greedy. Come back to that old saying: be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. So I do expect something to change in this over the next coming weeks. It's just a matter of time, and yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. So we'll stay tuned, and we will pick this back up next Wednesday, and we'll speak more about the DXY. We'll speak more about how prices have come in the past week, because I do expect a lot of things to happen over the course of the next 7 days. Okay, one final question. How long do you expect the next bear market to last? Probably just as long as the last one, and it will the market cycles tend to just be the exact same over and over and over again. It was about a 3-year period, there or thereabouts, So probably there or thereabouts again for the next bear cycle. However, let's not focus on the bear market or the bear cycle, because we've got a little bit left of the bull and a little bit left of price action before the inevitable comes. So let's keep the positive vibes going. The bull is still here, in my opinion. We're not quite yet at a bear market. Let's continue to enjoy it, because trust me when I say this, you will not enjoy the bear market as much as you're enjoying the current price action. Even though the price action seems boring, just you wait. If you haven't experienced a bear market, just wait and see. And if you think your emotions are bad now when Bitcoin is sitting at 39,000, let me know how your emotions are when Bitcoin's sitting at 12,000 or 10,000, and then we'll see who learned the most from the Bitcoin bull run. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. That's me rounding up for tonight's episodes. If you do need anything from us in terms of our Instagram or Twitter, any handles, search Crypto Glasgow on any of these channels and you'll find us. That's Instagram, Twitter. We are available on LinkedIn also. Our website, you can just Google Crypto Glasgow, we will pop up, but it is ccgla.co.uk. Any products you need from us, whether that's Discord, whether that's a consultancy, or whether that's one of our crypto startup guides or level up guides, you will find everything you need in the one place on our website. Now, thanks very much for watching. Again, if you haven't liked this video already, please like it, please subscribe, and stay tuned for plenty more videos to come on the crypto space in coming days, weeks, months, and years. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. See ya. Done it again. I always do this at the end.